Hey guys, Blake here with another video, and today we're going to talk all about a super popular, great addition to the aquarium. Let's talk about Anubias today. Let's jump straight into the video. Okay, so to get things started, as you can see, Anubias are a shorter, broadleaf plant that is a great addition for the home aquarium. Keep in mind that these guys are a slow grower, so don't expect them to double in size overnight that you can expect with some sort of stem plants, but these guys here are going to just go about their business slowly. The good thing is that since they're a slow grower, they're also a really slow dyer, which might sound kind of funny to say, but it's great for beginners because you actually get to notice deficiencies and things going wrong before it's too late, and you have a chance to actually put things in place to solve the problems that are going on. So Anubias is an epiphyte plant, which, different to stem plants or other aquatic plants, actually has a thick rhizome here rather than a root system that you need to bury in the substrate. It is really important to not bury the rhizome in the substrate because that will cause the plant to rot and it just will die away in time. So in the wild, these guys inhabit areas of Africa, Cameroon particularly, and basically they've evolved to sort of break apart at that rhizome, float down the river, attach itself to some driftwood or wedge itself in a crevice of rocks, and that's how it propagates itself. So we can replicate that in our aquarium. It's best to take a sharper implement and make a cut, the most efficient cut that you can, because if you basically hack at it or break at it, then that's going to create an opportunity for the plant to rot at that point. So you want a nice clean cut, and then you can just attach it to an object, and that's how you basically propagate Anubias. So some popular methods for attachment of Anubias are things like fishing line, though be careful because you don't want any fish to sort of get stuck underneath it or fruit to get sucked up into your canister filter or something like that. That's just a recipe for disaster. Other methods are super glue. 100% cyanoacrylate super glue is 100% aquarium safe, so you can use 100% cyanoacrylate super glue. Another great option is actually cotton thread, so it will break down over time and just sort of disintegrate in the aquariums, but yeah, in that time the plant should have attached itself to whatever object it is, so that's another great option as well. Plenty other methods, and a lot of people also just push it into a little crevice as well, so I'll leave that to your discretion to decide how exactly you want to plant Anubias in your aquarium. There are lots of different types of Anubias, and actually this ornament here, which it comes from Pisces, this is the Pisces mini rainforest ornament. This one here has different varieties that you can see here. So what you can see is this more crinkled leaf variety. That's probably a cophifolia. We also have more of a spearheaded leaf variety here, and then on the other side we have a more rounded leaf. This is more typical of what we'd see in the Nana or Nana Petite variety. This one's too big to be a Nana Petite though. So being a plant that has adapted to float down the river, they have also adapted well to immerse grown growth. So obviously if you are prone to float down a river, there will be times where you'll find yourself on a riverbank or area that's going to be dried up, so they have adapted well to transferring over from submerged to immersed growth. So it does great in terrariums and wabikusas and other sort of settings like that. Of course, paludariums are also a great option as well. And being a plant that is an epiphyte or rhizome plant, and one that is not planted in the substrate, what you want to do is give this plant some water column fertilization. You can get away with some light fertilization for sure. You don't need to really drench it because it's not creating too much growth, so that doesn't really have a high demand for nutrients. Along that same topic, it doesn't have a high demand for light either. Will do perfectly well in low to medium light situations, and it's also a great option and one of the few options for aquariums if you have cichlids that are prone to shredding or eating plants. Anubias is more of a harder leaf variety of plants, so a lot of cichlids find it not as fun, I guess, to terrorize them. So it's always going to be a play it by ear situation, but you might find that Anubias is a great option for those sort of things. Also, because you don't have to plant it in the substrate, you can attach it to an ornament like this, sit it up on the side of your aquarium, and your cichlids aren't going to dig it up because there's nothing to dig up. So it can be a great option for African cichlids and other tanks like that where normally you couldn't have any plants at all. In terms of temperature, you want between 72 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit or around about 22 to 28 degrees Celsius. pH wise, keep it on the lower side. 6.5 to 7.5 is a good idea for these guys. But obviously, if you are running an African cichlid tank, then you might need to work around that. Another cool thing about Anubias, if you are lucky enough to see it, a nice happy Anubias will actually flower underwater as well. So as you can see, this one here has a flower there. We have a flower over here, and we have a new flower about to start over here as well. So this Anubias here is clearly getting what it wants, but yeah, fantastic thing to see and a great indicator in your aquarium if you see one of these little white flowers with quite a big stamen coming out of the top of them. So you don't really have to do anything with Anubias flowers. It's not like you have to try and pollinate them or anything like that. And it's certainly more common to see them in the immersed cone state. But yeah, if you have a nice healthy aquarium, you might even see your Anubias have a little white flower. But overall, I'd certainly recommend Anubias to all sorts of beginners. So long as you're not expecting it to double in size overnight, you'll have yourself a super hardy, super versatile, and great looking aquarium plant to have in your tank. One that is great for learning how to diagnose things with planted tanks, and overall, just an awesome addition to your aquascape. Hopefully you liked this video. If you got any further questions, please feel free to drop them down below. Hopefully you found this to be insightful, and if you did, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.